All right. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome. It's 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That means it is time for the Wednesday webinar. So I'll let people jump on here and give you guys a little bit of time to hop on the call. As you are hopping on, go ahead and let us know where you're coming in from. I'd love to hear who's listening in and where you're listening in from. So we'll get started in a couple minutes here. But again, we're going to let people jump on here and go ahead and let us know where you're coming in from on the chat. We have first one I see, Haley from Bismarck, North Dakota. Welcome, Haley. From Houston, from Maryland, from Las Vegas. Nino and Adelina from Down Under. Awesome. Arizona, Seattle, Boston, San Diego, Brigham City, Utah, Boston, Hawaii, all over the place. People joining from all over the country, all over the world, now that we have people from Down Under. Michigan, Massachusetts, West Jordan, Oklahoma City, another one from Houston, San Antonio. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm excited about tonight's call. We're going to get started in just probably another 10 seconds or so here. I see that our special guest is on. She was picking up her daughter. So we have her and her daughter on here. People are busy. She's a busy mom. So, but we are very excited to have her, and I'm going to introduce her in just a moment here. Okay. So we have people from all over, from Calgary, Canada. Welcome, Philadelphia. All right, let's get this call started. This is the Wednesday webinar, and we are excited for tonight's call. The theme for tonight's call is all things convention, and really how you can make it to convention on a budget if you have a tight budget, and what it will do for you to make it to this event. So that's what we're going to be talking about. So I want to give a couple of quick announcements about convention. First of all, convention tickets do go up on March 1st. So if you're listening to this call and you don't yet have your convention ticket, you want to get it before March 1st because it will go up on March 1st. So make sure you get your ticket there. The other thing I want to mention is that gala tickets are going to sell out again. Last year, we told you they were going to sell out, and I don't know if people didn't believe us. But they sold out, and then we had people really angry, and we don't want you to be angry. So get your gala tickets now because it will sell out again. So that's what's happening. We can't wait to see you guys. I want to talk a little bit about the white party. Okay, there's been a little bit of confusion. If you've never been to a white party, there's a little confusion on what it is. All it is it's a normal party, but you wear white clothes. So it's great for social media. It's great for, it's just a lot of fun, and everybody's in white. So it's a great party. And the white party comes with every convention ticket sold. So the white party comes with your convention ticket. The gala ticket is separate. So make sure to keep that in mind. But we would love to have everybody at the white party. It's going to be a great time. Just make sure to buy your white gear beforehand so that you're not the person who's out of place if you're wearing a different color. So that being said, we have a special guest on the call. Oh, one more thing. At the end of the call, we're going to talk about this, and our special guest hasn't even seen this yet. This is the latest version of the Kyani lookbook, and we've made some adjustments and some great things, changes to this. So at the end of the call, Michelle and I are going to introduce this book to you. So get ready for that. Now, I want to invite on the call someone who she's very dear to me. She's someone who I've known for a little over 2 years now, and I met her early on in her Kyani journey. And we've traveled the world together. She's built an amazing, amazing life for her family with her husband, David. They built it together, and it's been absolutely a blessing for them and a blessing for Kyani. So I want to welcome to the call top producing Green Diamond, Mrs. Michelle Romero. How are you, Michelle?
I'm awesome. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, and I can see you and your daughter, so she gets to be
awesome. Say hi, Emma. Hi.
Daughter's arm.
You got to show your face. Oh, that's cute, Emma.
Oh, there we go.
Bye.
There you go. There's the family.
Awesome.
Well, we're excited to have you on. One of the reasons that we wanted you on is because I love the story that you have when it comes to convention, and I know some people have heard it, but I know not everyone has. And so I wanted to talk to you a little bit before we talk about actually going to convention. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about where you were at in your life before Kyani, before someone said, hey, you should join this company and come to this convention, what were you and David doing? What was your life like at that point?
Oh my gosh. Looking back, it was a decent life. It was a good life. However, you know, David, my husband, who does this business with me, he was a firefighter, and he had been for 14 years. And as a mom of 4 and a family of 4 and of 6, that was really hard because he would be gone 2 days straight at a time. And there were times that we didn't know if he was going to be coming home. And that's a scary thing to think about. And so funny story though, you know, my husband and I had just talked about, before I joined this business, before I went to convention, that we needed to save our money. And we both agreed that we would be better with our money. So that's kind of where we were at. You know, we were busy. We didn't have a lot of time freedom that we wanted. And we needed to save money. So.
Okay. So you wanted to save money, but tell us about how and who you were approached with the Kyani opportunity.
Okay, so this is one of my favorite stories, truly. One of my very best friends is Miss Mary Millward, and she called me. Sorry, I'm in a park right now. She called me and said, hey, Michelle, I need you to come over. I've got something you've got to see. And I was like, okay, it was Mary. I trusted her. And so I went over, and I saw this. I sat down and I saw this presentation, and I was like, oh my gosh, what are you showing me? I was a little bit embarrassed because I didn't have the belief in the industry, and really I hadn't been introduced to Kyani yet. And I saw all these amazing things. It checked all of the boxes for me, and that got pretty exciting for me. And so I was waiting for her to say, hey, let's do this. And eventually she did. And I jumped on board not knowing or having a clue what the heck I just had gotten myself into. I woke up the next morning and thought, what did I just do?
So do you remember your join date?
I don't know the exact date, but I know it was August of 2017. It was like the week and a half just before convention.
Okay. It was early August, and convention was later on that month. So
Yeah.
you joined this business after you were trying to save money. You've joined this business, and now you've decided you want to go to this convention. What was the reaction from David? And I'm not trying to paint David in a bad light here, but what was his initial reaction?
Yeah, so this is kind of funny. I went up to him and said, first of all, hey, I want to do this business with Mary. And he said, you want to do what? You know, and so I was like, yeah, I know. I have a good feeling about this. And he knew that last time I had said that we had a really good business opportunity that happened to us. So he was like, okay, whatever. But then it came differently when I said, hey, Mary told me that I should go to this convention in Vegas. And he said, you're kidding me. You want to do what? And when he tells the story, he says, I literally thought that I just saw our money flush down the toilet. And he did not want me to go. And it took a little convincing. It really did. But I was persistent, and I stuck with my guns, and I had a feeling that I should go. And eventually he was gracious enough to say, okay, go ahead. And I'm so glad he did, because it changed the trajectory of myself and so many people that I love lives, for sure.
Yeah, it did. And so I want to pick up there. So you decide to go, and the story goes that you guys decided to carpool. So tell us about the day that you got there. I believe you met some new people, but tell us about the story of going to convention.
Yeah. So, like I said, I really had no clue what I was doing or what I had gotten myself into. Mary, actually, Miss Mary Millward, had gotten a plane ticket, so she was headed down on a plane. Well, I knew my husband was not going to let me buy a plane ticket for sure. So what she did was she got a couple of the new girls that had just enrolled and said, hey, one of them's driving down, why don't you ride with them? I had no clue who I was riding down with, 2 girls. And now they're some of my best friends. And that's pretty funny too. But we made it work. We figured out a way. So we get down there. I still have no clue what we're doing. We walk in, and I just remember being a little bit unsure, but then I saw recognition happen. And I knew that Miss Nicole Bascape was just getting up there, and she had just enrolled in business, is what I want to say. But she got up on the stage, and she was a cart earner in a Sapphire. And I remember her walking the stage, and I was like, I want to do that. I want to be like her. I had just gotten there, barely a garnet, I think. And I knew that that's where I wanted to be and above and beyond, but I saw that it was possible. We got there, and I have to say I completely just lit up. It helped me realize exactly what we had on our hands. And all of us, I remember there's 6 of us girls that had just joined the business. All of us got together, and we just couldn't stop talking about how, oh my gosh, you guys, this is so good. Can you believe this? Oh my gosh, this is so much different. You know, we've got to do something with this. And we went home, and we were just on fire. We just had to tell everybody and anybody about this opportunity that we had. And that's luckily what's become the Salt Lake market, really, from that convention. It's everything. It is everything. So.
Yeah. Was there any specific, I know you mentioned Nicole, and maybe that's the answer, but was there any specific moment that that was your favorite moment of that initial convention?
Yeah, I think that there were lots of moments. That one definitely is one that I remember a lot, was watching Miss Nicole Basque walk the stage. Another one was a training from Miss Kenley Mendoza. And I've shared this with her, how just, I was like, she is a boss, and I want to be like her. And I remember her story just being so motivating to me, that she had all these different jobs. She came from telemarketing, I believe. And I thought, she can do that, I can do that. And it just was so exciting. And there were, like I said, a lot of special moments, but those 2, I think, were the biggest ones. Also, the keynote speaker, I remember, was incredibly motivating for me as well. So it just all was just the very best thing, and the best thing I could have done. I can honestly say David and I would not be here right now if we had not gone to convention. We just wouldn't. There's no way. I know myself.
They are powerful. Okay, so that was 17. Now, I don't expect you to know exact numbers, but you came back in 2018. How many people do you think came from your group in 2018?
Oh my gosh. So 6 of us in 17. I think 18. It must have been at least 300. I want to say, Skyleur. Does that kind of sound right? Like something around there. It was a lot. And
yeah.
And I remember us girls getting together and thinking, we're going to come back and bring the biggest team here. And for it to happen was like the coolest experience ever. You know, we still get together for team pictures and just record it, just growing and growing and growing, bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's just the coolest thing to watch.
It is. It's amazing. I think you're right. I think 18 was about 300, and then 19 was in Salt Lake City, Utah. And you guys brought the noise. You guys brought thousands to that event. So it's been amazing, and it's been amazing to watch your journey and to watch your story. And I wanted to bring you on also. First of all, I love your story, and I think it's important for people to hear. But if you're looking at someone who's maybe in your position, or maybe they're not quite as fortunate as you were, and they're really tight on a budget, what are some ways that you look at and you say, look, we want you to be here. There are some ways that you can save money in order to get to this event. Are there some tips and tricks that you can share?
Oh yeah, definitely. One of them being, carpooling down. If you've got a group of friends, if you're building a small little business and you're just starting, whether you've got a small or a big, grab everybody, call your partners, get them to go and say, hey, we're going to make this so fun. It's going to be girls weekend. It's going to be guys weekend. It's going to be whatever weekend. Whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, except for Kyani, right? But definitely carpool and rent a big bus if you need to. I mean, heck, where I really feel like where there's a will, there's a way. And there's always going to be a way to find a cheap way down there. I mean, and also, we can't get better than this, but it's in Vegas. Right now, I've been checking online on airline fares, and there's some pretty cheap fares that you can grab for $69 up to $100. And, that's doable as well. And I would say if you don't feel like you have the money, start setting this money aside right now. And one thing we talk to people about as they're coming into the business, I always ask them, hey, if you had the money right now, would you do it? And they say yes. And I'm said, okay, well, there's a way. A lot of times we can suggest sell something that's not making you money. Buy a better one later when you're making more money with Kyani. And honestly, I would say to everybody is you can't afford not to go. You truly can't. Like I said, the trajectory of where we are now completely changed by me taking a leap and saying, okay, I'm going to spend some money on gas. I'm going to spend some money on the hotel. And I tried to eat as cheap as I could. Bring snacks with you, bring your water with you. There's lots of ways to save just by doing things like that, just preparing early, bringing your own stuff, and sharing hotel rooms is huge, as well as cars, right? I remember a story of one of our partners saying that he slept in the bathtub. I mean, that's how determined he was to get there. So like I said, there's a will, there's a way. So share, get your team there and share the load together.
I love what you said there. I loved all of it, but one of the things that you said was, start putting away some money now. And I think that's such wise advice to put aside something from the check that you're receiving from Kyani or from other ways that you're earning money, so that it's not a big chunk at the end, that you've got this money saved. And I love that.
Absolutely.
I love the idea of saving or sharing hotel rooms. You don't have to sleep in a bathtub, but if that's what happens, that works. I want to talk a little bit about the hotels that we have, because we have some offers here. If people are looking for hotels, we've negotiated a rate for those who actually book in our room block. And so you get a discounted rate to the hotels. And these are the hotels where the convention is actually in. So if you haven't been to Vegas before, or this specific convention center, it's between the Paris and the Bally's Hotel. And so the convention center is literally right between it, and you can walk between the two hotels through the convention center. So whether you stay at the Paris, whether you stay at the Bally's, it doesn't matter. You are upstairs from the convention center. So we wanted to do kind of a comparison of the hotels that we offer compared to what we've found online. Right now, if you stay at the Bally's in our room block, you pay $125 a night and then $25 for the resort fee. If you stay at the Paris, you spend between $153 and $173, depending on the room you get, plus $25 on the resort fee. At the MGM, which is close, you spend $254 plus a $37 resort fee. At the Bellagio, it's $229, which is right across the street, and a $45 resort fee. And then at Aria, it's $203 plus a $45 fee. So what I'm trying to say here is, if you want a hotel and you want to be right next to the convention center so you don't have to worry about going down Las Vegas Boulevard and commuting, our hotels are really well priced, and we are about 80% full already. So if you want a hotel in our room block, now's the time to get it. You can go on to your back office and go to the news site, and we have an article where you can actually click to the link, and it will help you book a hotel room. Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to say I am so excited for even this hotel room, because this is the exact same place that was our very first convention. So I have this really great love for it. However, I will tell you all, it is so worth booking the hotel room block there, because even though it's in between, there's still a decent amount of walking. So bring your flats, bring your comfy shoes, switch into your heels or your other shoes later. But it is absolutely worth being on site. You get to be with everybody. It's so much closer, a lot less walking, and I promise you, you will not be mad that you did that.
No, that's a great point. There is still a lot of walking. You're absolutely right. So that's a great point. Now, I want to hear other tips and tricks that you've found being out. This is now like your fourth or fifth convention, I believe. So
Yeah.
what are the tips and tricks that you've found, whether it's wearing flats, getting with your team? What are the tips and tricks that you've found from being at conventions?
I just have to do a shout out to our upline leaders, because they taught us well, and they taught us things that are effective and that work. And it goes down to the small things to the big things. So small things, wear comfortable shoes or bring the other ones with you to change into. Bring your snacks, stay hydrated. Of course, bring your products and stay full of your sunrise and nitro and all of that good stuff. And then definitely while you're there, whether you have a team of 2 or a team of 2,000, it doesn't matter. Get with your teams. One thing I've learned from our amazing upline leaders is that your emotions are high at convention. And so that is the best time to get with your team and take action. Send out invites, find a way to expose people to the business. However you can do it, take action while you're excited. I know that our level of excitement is high and we can get a little bit tired, but I can promise you it's so worth taking a little bit of extra time to just, again, reach out while you're excited, reach out while you're just so confident and you're like, holy cow, this is amazing, because that confidence is going to shine through with everybody that you're talking to. I promise you there's a difference between just hopping on the call and just being like, oh, I got to do this today, versus I'm at convention and you won't believe what I'm seeing and I can't believe what they just came out with and what they just told us. You're going to die. You know, it's just amazing. So meet with your teams for sure. Get there early, line up at the doors early, line up with your team, get everybody together, rally together. You know, we've got teams or partners on our team that are living in Utah or California or New York or whatever it is. Maybe they don't know each other. It's so good to get them together and to have that camaraderie and that sense of community as well. So, I mean, you just can't ever go wrong just spending time with your team and talking about the things that you've learned, the takeaways that you've learned, plans that you're going to do, goals that you have set now that convention is here. What are we going to do with this? It's absolutely crucial that you take what you learn and apply it. I would absolutely say that. So.
I love that advice, and I think your team, you're right, is so good at taking action right away. Every time I go to convention, I see your team underneath stairwells or wherever it takes, and people are making calls, and there's pizza or something that you've just thrown together on the floor, and it's all about action, and I love that you guys do that. Another thing I've seen your team do that I think is really smart, you talked about getting there early and getting there as a group so that you can sit together as a team, because you don't want your team separated on one side and on the other. We're going to have thousands of people there. It's fun to have your team together, right?
Yes, yes, yes. I think that has been a really good, I'm glad you brought that up because I totally forgot about that. But it is awesome to be able to sit together and your energy feeds off of each other. And we love to be like the most annoying team there, you know, so bring it, everybody else. Let's see who's more loud.
It's true. Last year they brought thunder sticks, the things that you like bang together just for their team. So they make some noise, but they have a lot of fun, and it's fun to be a part of that. Okay, Michelle, we're going to talk about the lookbooks, but before we do, I want you to just give everyone on the call some advice on why events are so important to their business, and why, if they are on the fence right now, they should make the decision to come to convention.
Yeah, I mean, I would say I love talking about this. I truly do. Like, this is my number one passion, just because that's where my fire was lit and has stayed lit by going to convention. Like I was saying before, it is absolutely everything. If you're on the fence, don't worry, you're normal. It's normal. But what separates you from the pack is by going and making sure that you make that happen. However that looks, just make it happen. I always love telling my team, you will never be mad that you went. You're only going to be mad that you didn't bring so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so with you. That is my promise to you. And I remember looking back and when I said, you know, I had no clue what I had on my hands, I really didn't. But I trust that Mary knew what she was doing. I trusted that Miss Tracy Peterson knew what she was doing, and Miss Julia Thornhill knew what they were doing. And they told us to go. And I had seen success with them. So I thought, okay, I'm going to do what they do. I want to be where they are. And so I decided, okay, to do that, this is what I need to do. I'm going to try it out. And it blew my mind beyond any expectations that I had. So if this is your first time, I am so excited for you, because there's just nothing more special than the first time going. If it's your second time, if it's your 8th time or 10th time, whatever it is, it's just as important, because just like a car, we need our gas tank filled up. And we're not going to fill that gas tank up unless we're going, because it does start to get wear out. We start to lose a little bit of excitement. We forget a little bit. We're human. And the only way that we're going to remember that and stay in the fire and keep our gas tank full is by going to convention. I promise you, it is everything. And I love, you know, the fact that we've personally seen that your business can take an 80% spike just by going to convention, because everybody's excited. They've gotten the tools that they need to be able to grow their business. They've got the knowledge. They've got the proof. They've got all of these things that happen at convention. But if you don't go, you don't get it. You're going to run out of your gas and you're going to just be putting along the side of the road and just say, well, I guess I'll just chill here. No, like, don't give up on yourself. Don't just sit there in the car on the side of the road. Keep going to your destination. And I don't know about you, but I have goals of New Zealand, and I'm going to go. I'm going to be there. And we want to be in the top 10, not even just even the top 100 or whatever happens. But the only way that's going to happen is if we fill our tank, is if we learn the things that we need to learn and just get that fire and just learn exactly what this heart of this company is. Because, man, I'm counting down the days. I am just as excited as I was the first time, even more, I think, because we have so many people that are going for the first time. So, you know, if you need a talking to, just give me a call. I'd love to talk to you more about how important convention is, because I'm truly so passionate about that. So hopefully I was able to tell you how much I love it. That came across well. Can't say enough.
You can feel the passion, you can feel the excitement, and I feel the same way. We have so much coming out at convention. We have a world-class speaker, keynote speaker, Phil Jones, who some of you at Pearls and Above have had an opportunity to learn from. He's going to be phenomenal. We have world-class entertainment. We're not announcing who it is yet, but we have world-class entertainment. We have amazing leaders like Michelle taking the stage and training. It's going to be a phenomenal event, and you don't want to miss it. Now, I want to have a little fun here. I want to, if you're in the chat, I want you to put up a number of how many conventions or what convention number this will be for you. So if it's your first, put a 1. If it's your second, put a 2. I just want to kind of see where we're at. We have some 2s, some 3s, a lot of 1s. This is going to be fun, right, Michelle? Having a lot of people coming for the very first time.
Absolutely. I'm so pumped.
It's going to be great. Kenley, probably 10 to 12. She's been to a lot. So, all right, this is great. Thank you for putting those up there. We're so excited to have you at the International Convention, and it's coming up. So get your tickets if you don't have them yet. Now, Michelle, are you ready to talk about the lookbook?
Yes, I'm so excited to see what you guys have done in here. It just, every time I think that Kyani is the most wonderful thing, it just gets better and better. So let's do this.
Okay, we're going to do it. First of all, just to give you some feedback, we talk to our leaders. We talk to our diamonds and above, like Michelle, like others, and we always get feedback from them on what can we do better. And one of the pieces of feedback was a couple of changes in the lookbook where we could get better at telling our story. We could get better at making it a customer-centric lookbook. And so that's what we've done. So I'm going to show this, and I don't know, you guys will see it backwards when I'm going to show this. A lot of it's what you're used to. But I want to show you a couple different pages. First of all, if you can see this page, this is us telling our story. Okay, you're going to notice at convention that we're going to tell the story of why people need Kyani. We're going to attack the pain points and say that there are a lot of environmental stressors that lead to unhealthy habits or whatever that might be, and that Kyani can be the answer to you. So it starts right here in this lookbook. We tell a little bit about our story. Okay. So that's one change. We've updated some of our photos. This is a new photo, a lot brighter, a lot more exciting on our products. And then a lot of the product photos are the same in this book. But what I want to get to is towards the end here, we've put in a couple of advertisements. Let me see if I can flip the page. Oh, we've condensed fluoresce where we have, used to be 1 page for each product. We've condensed that down so it's not such a large book to 2 products per page, which is kind of nice. And then we get to this page here. This is an advertisement on the Healthy Living Hub. If you're not already on the Healthy Living Hub, this is amazing. Okay, you want to make sure that you're part of this community. All you have to do is be on auto ship. And you're going to get meal plans. You're going to get exercise plans. You're going to get a community that wants to support you and believes in the same goals and wants to go the same direction. So we have a Healthy Living Hub advertisement to remind people, hey, if you're on auto ship with Kyani on our products, you're going to get access to this Healthy Living Hub, which is pretty awesome. Now on the other page, we'll come over here. This is, in the past, what we heard from our leaders was that they loved the book, but at the very end, we put a full compensation overview in the book, and they felt like it was too much. They felt like this was more of a product piece, and that they felt like it should be a mention of that there is a business, but that if they want to find out more, that they can talk to the person who gave them the book. And so this is all we have on the compensation plan. It says, become an influence for good. You can find out more about the business opportunity if you like. And that's all we put in there. So it's very customer centric on the book. Caring Hands, that's remained the same with our founders, Kirk and Rebecca Hansen. And then the back cover is promoting our next International Leadership Academy, or our convention, international convention. So Michelle, first impressions, what do you think?
I love it. I love the big pictures. I love how bright it is. I love what you've done to the back. And then, of course, making it more simple with less pages is awesome. I think simple is great, right?
Yeah, it is. We're excited about it. So these are now for sale. They are available now. They're going to be in every starter pack. Every starter pack will come with one of these. That's the updated version, and you can buy these as well if you'd like. So we have the Kyani lookbooks available. All right. Now, one thing to note, this will be updated after convention, because that's another thing we're going to do at convention is add some products. So this will go until convention. So with that, Michelle, any parting words from you?
Gosh, I would say just do it, you guys. Just do it. I feel like even some of us leaders don't even recognize what we truly have on our hands and the growth that's going to happen. And we all have an opportunity to take advantage of that and grasp onto it and hold tight and run with it, or we don't. We're either a part of it or we're not. But either way, it's happening. So just go out there and do it. Get past yourself. Go help other people, because truly that's what I love most about this company, is that when you care about other people, the money comes. The rest of it comes. Just care about people and the rest comes. I just love that we have something so special that we can truly say that about. So go out and share it and change people's lives and change yours. In the meantime, why not?
I love that advice. And I'm so grateful for you for taking time out of your busy schedule. I know you're running kids around and you're working Kyani, and it's busy, but I appreciate you taking time and talking to everyone tonight. And I appreciate everyone being on the call and taking time out of your day. And I know I'm going to see Michelle, but I hope to see everyone on this call at convention. All right, everyone. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Bye.